From translation, RSV Revised Standard Version. This 39th day of the year. Today we are reading passages Leviticus 22 to 23. Leviticus chapter 22, verses 1 to 33. The Lord said to Moses, "Speak to Aaron and his sons, that they separate themselves from the holy things of the people of Israel, which they dedicate to me, so that they profane my holy name. I am the Lord. Say to them, any man of all your descendants throughout your generations who approaches the holy things, which the people dedicate to the Lord, while he has an uncleanness, that person shall be cut off from my presence. I am the Lord. None of the descendants of Aaron the priest who has a blemish shall come near to offer the Lord's offerings by fire. Since he has a blemish, he shall not come near to offer the bread of his God. He shall not come near to offer the Lord's offerings by fire, or eat the holy food. He is unclean. They shall not shave their heads, or let their locks grow long. They shall only trim their heads. They shall not make any baldness upon their heads, nor shave off the edges of their beards, nor make any cuts in their flesh. They shall be holy to their God, and not profane the name of their God. For they offer the Lord's offerings by fire, the bread of their God, therefore they shall be holy. They shall not profane the holy things of the people of Israel, which they dedicate to the Lord, so that they do not bear their guilt and die in their uncleanness, for having eaten the holy food. For I am the Lord who sanctify them. No layman shall eat of the holy things. No foreigner who is a hired servant or a bound servant shall eat of the holy things. But if a priest buys anyone for a money ransom, he may eat of it, and those who are born in his house may eat of his food. And if a priest's daughter is married to anyone, and if she becomes defiled by any unclean thing, and fails to honor her father by eating of the holy food of her father, but if her father has no other children to eat of the holy food, she shall not eat of it as long as she is defiled by her uncleanness. But if her father cleanses her, she may eat of the holy food, but no layman shall eat of the holy things, whether he is a guest of the priest or a hired servant. But if a priest buys a slave for money, or if a slave is born in his house, the slave may eat of it. And if a man of the house of priests or of the people offers a sacrifice for thanksgiving to the Lord, to fulfill a vow freely, or in his freewill offering to the Lord, you shall offer it that you may be accepted. It shall be a male without blemish, from the oxen, from the sheep, or from the goats. You shall not offer anything that has a blemish, for it will not be acceptable for you, and what has a blemish you shall not offer. For it will not be acceptable for you. When anyone offers a sacrifice of peace offerings to the Lord to fulfill a vow, or as a freewill offering from the herd or from the flock, to be accepted for him it must be perfect. There shall be no blemish in it. Animals blind or maimed, or having a discharge, or an itch you shall not offer to the Lord, nor make of them an offering by fire on the altar to the Lord. You may offer an animal that has a blemish, as a freewill offering, but for a vow it shall not be accepted. You shall not offer to the Lord anything that has its testicles bruised or crushed, or torn, or cut. And you shall not make such in your land, nor accept any of them from a foreigner for an offering by fire, to be made as a food offering to your God. For they are mutilated and have a blemish, they shall not be accepted for you. Neither from a foreigner shall you offer the bread of your God, of their hands, because their corruption is in them, they shall not be accepted for you. Thus the Lord spoke to Moses. The Lord said to Moses, when an ox or a sheep or a goat is born, it shall remain 7 days with its mother, and from the 8th day on it shall be accepted as an offering by fire to the Lord. Whether it be a cow or an ewe, you shall not kill it and its young on the same day. When you sacrifice a sacrifice of thanksgiving to the Lord, you shall sacrifice it so that you may be accepted. On the same day it shall be eaten. You shall leave none of it until morning. I am the Lord. Thus you shall keep my commandments and do them. I am the Lord. And you shall not profane my holy name, but I will be sanctified among the people of Israel. I am the Lord who sanctify you, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am the Lord. Leviticus chapter 23, verses 1 to 44. The Lord said to Moses, "These are the appointed feasts of the Lord, which you shall proclaim as holy convocations. They are my appointed feasts. 6 days shall work be done, but on the 7th day is a Sabbath of solemn rest, a holy convocation. You shall do no work. It is a Sabbath to the Lord in all your dwellings. These are the appointed feasts of the Lord, the holy convocations, which you shall proclaim at their appointed time. In the 1st month, on the 14th day of the month at evening, is the Lord's Passover. And on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread to the Lord. For 7 days you shall eat unleavened bread. On the 1st day you shall have a holy convocation. You shall not do any work. But you shall present an offering by fire to the Lord 7 days. On the 7th day is a holy convocation. You shall not do any work. The Lord said to Moses, "Say to the people of Israel, when you come into the land which I give you and reap its harvest, you shall bring the sheaf of the first fruits of your harvest to the priest. And he shall wave the sheaf before the Lord, that you may find acceptance. On the morrow after the Sabbath the priest shall wave it. And on the day when you wave the sheaf, you shall offer a male lamb a year old without blemish as a burnt offering to the Lord. And the cereal offering with it shall be 2/10 parts of an ephah of fine flour mixed with oil, an offering by fire to the Lord for a pleasing odor. And the drink offering with it shall be of wine, 1/4 of a hin. And you shall eat neither bread nor grain parched or fresh until this same day, until you have brought the offering of your God. It is a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings. And from the morrow after the Sabbath, from the day that you brought the sheaf of the wave offering, you shall count 7 full weeks. You shall count 50 days to the morrow after the 7th Sabbath. Then you shall present a cereal offering of new grain to the Lord. You shall bring from your dwellings 2 loaves of bread to be waved, made of 2/10 parts of an ephah. They shall be of fine flour, and baked with leaven, as first fruits to the Lord. And you shall present with the bread 7 lambs a year old without blemish, and 1 young bull, and 2 rams. They shall be a burnt offering to the Lord, with their cereal offering and their drink offerings, an offering by fire, a pleasing odor to the Lord. And you shall offer 1 male goat for a sin offering, and 2 male lambs a year old as a sacrifice of peace offerings. And the priest shall wave them with the bread of the first fruits as a wave offering before the Lord, with the 2 lambs. They shall be holy to the Lord for the priest. And you shall make proclamation on the same day. It shall be a holy convocation to you. You shall do no work in it. It is a statute forever in all your dwellings throughout your generations. And when you reap the harvest of your land, you shall not reap your field to its very border, neither shall you gather the gleanings after the harvest. You shall leave them for the poor and for the sojourner. I am the Lord your God. The Lord said to Moses, in the 7th month, on the 1st day of the month, you shall have a solemn rest, a memorial proclaimed with blast of trumpets, a holy convocation. You shall do no servile work, and you shall present an offering by fire to the Lord. The Lord said to Moses, now on the 10th day of this 7th month is the day of atonement. It shall be a holy convocation to you, and you shall deny yourselves, and present an offering by fire to the Lord, and you shall do no work on that same day, for it is a day of atonement, to make atonement for you before the Lord your God. For whoever is not afflicted on that same day shall be cut off from his people, and whoever does any work on that same day, that person I will destroy from among his people. You shall do no work. It is a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings. It shall be to you a Sabbath of solemn rest, and you shall deny yourselves. On the 9th day of the month at evening, from evening to evening shall you keep your Sabbath. The Lord said to Moses, the 15th day of this 7th month shall be the Feast of Booths to the Lord 7 days. On the 1st day shall be a holy convocation. You shall do no servile work. 7 days you shall present offerings by fire to the Lord. On the 8th day you shall hold a holy convocation and present an offering by fire to the Lord. It is a solemn assembly. You shall do no servile work. These are the appointed feasts of the Lord, which you shall proclaim as holy convocations, to present to the Lord offerings by fire, burnt offering and cereal offering, sacrifices and drink offerings, each on its proper day. Besides the Sabbaths of the Lord, and besides your gifts, and besides all your vows, and besides all your freewill offerings, which you give to the Lord. On the 15th day of the 7th month, when you have gathered in the produce of the land, you shall keep the feast of the Lord 7 days. On the 1st day shall be a solemn rest, and on the 8th day shall be a solemn rest. And you shall take on the 1st day the fruit of goodly trees, branches of palm trees, and boughs of leafy trees, and willows of the brook. And you shall rejoice before the Lord your God 7 days. You shall keep it as a feast to the Lord 7 days in the year. It is a statute forever throughout your generations. You shall keep it in the 7th month. You shall dwell in booths for 7 days. All that are native in Israel shall dwell in booths, that your generations may know that I made the people of Israel dwell in booths, when I brought them out of the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. Thus Moses declared to the people of Israel the appointed feasts of the Lord.